Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. You know how Congress has been asking the FBI for years if they had any informants at January 6th? Well, we finally have an official report that confirms there were FBI informants playing hide-and-go-seek at the January 6th Capitol riots. We also have some mysterious car-sized drones turning the New Jersey skies into a scene from the X-Files. And did AOC do something to upset Nancy Pelosi? Because Pelosi's gunning for AOC in some drama in Congress. And wait for it, the National Spelling Bee deciding that close enough counts when it comes to spelling. Let's dive in. A new report has revealed that the FBI had at least 26 confidential informants at the January 6th Capitol riot. This report is from the Inspector General at the Department of Justice, so I'm sure there's no way that the number could be a lot higher than 26. I mean, why would the Department of Justice do anything to protect the FBI? Some of you may remember that the outgoing FBI Director Christopher Wray said this back in July.
If you are asking if the violence at the Capitol on January 6th was part of some operation orchestrated by FBI sources or agents, the answer is no.
So the FBI wasn't involved, they were just there, taking notes and asking if they could borrow a Viking helmet for later. The report also found that of the FBI's informants, 4 entered the Capitol during the riot and 13 entered a restricted area, so 17 of them engaged in illegal activity. Interestingly, none of the informants have been charged with anything. Meanwhile, your grandma is still being detained years later because she happened to be ushered into the Capitol by police who were giving tours for some reason. Now, the report says that 9 informants didn't engage in illegal activity. How do you know that exactly? Is it because they told you they didn't do anything wrong? So a snitch who lies to other people for FBI money, you trust their answers. Okay. The report from the Department of Justice, who is no friend to the FBI, made a point of shooting down speculation that the Bureau had agents encouraging the chaos at the riots. Honestly, it sounds like January 6th was less of a riot and more of a poorly coordinated FBI team-building exercise. So at least 26 FBI informants were on site, and somehow the FBI couldn't do anything to stop it. That's like being invited to a surprise party and then being surprised when it happens. There have been over 3,000 sightings of car-sized drones flying around at night in New Jersey this December, with countless clips of them being posted on Twitter. In one specific case, a call came over a police scanner at 8:47 p.m. on Thursday, alerting officers to a drone that had crashed in someone's backyard. In another case, an audio clip was obtained from an open-sourced police scanner which alerted cops to another drone that was brought down by power lines in Morris County around 9:35 p.m., which apparently caused 10 more drones to show up and circle the area. Brace yourselves, folks. Here's our government's best and brightest explaining what's going on.
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat. We have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings.
Did Kirby just say that they can't corroborate the drone sightings? We spend $1 trillion a year on defense, and you're telling me we can't spot a car in the sky? At this point, I'm half expecting Kirby to suggest we invest in binoculars from Walmart. The White House says the drones aren't a threat to public safety. Right. Because if there's one thing we all know, it's that mysterious flying SUVs just scream harmless fun. Imagine 300 Chris Christies being catapulted into the air every day in New Jersey. Nothing to worry about. Imagine if our border was guarded as effectively as the government is investigating these drones. Oh, wait. Nancy Pelosi is meddling again. In a surprising twist of Democratic drama, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is reportedly working behind the scenes to derail Representative AOC's bid as the top Democrat to lead the House Oversight Committee. At this point, she's less of a politician and more of a meddling aunt at dinner, passing judgment on the stuffing and your life choices. Pelosi has reportedly been making calls and encouraging people to support Representative Jerry Connolly over AOC. That's the political equivalent of choosing the steady but uninspiring dad bod over the TikTok influencer with chaos energy. Pelosi trying to block AOC from the House Oversight Committee is like your grandma hiding the remote so you can't change the channel. Except in this case, grandma's been in charge of the remote for decades and the TV's been broken for years. The Scripps National Spelling Bee now accepts misspelled words as correct, apparently. Womyn, spelled W-O-M-E-N, can now be spelled as W-O-M-Y-N and be correct in the spelling bee. They're saying it is because in the Merriam-Webster Unabridged Dictionary, W-O-M-Y-N is a variant spelling of women used in feminist contexts since it omits the M-E-N ending. So now I guess at the spelling bee, if someone spells it wrong, they just say, hey, you know what? That's close enough. That spelling is your truth. If alternative spellings are allowed, instead of calling it a spelling bee, shouldn't it just be called a suggestion bee? If they're getting rid of the M-E-N out of words because of men, I find it curious that they haven't changed the spelling of menstruation. Thanks for watching Headlines. Have a great weekend. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.